Welcome to another session of the Women's Wellness Summit, Riding the Emotional Waves of Motherhood. I am Shannon Morrison, your host. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey, a little bit about my story. I am a mom of two beautiful humans. I'm a stepmom to three amazing humans. I have worked in the crisis response and mental health field for over 25 years. I have witnessed the devastating impact in generational cycles and families that have kept powerful women paralyzed in fear and self-sabotage. My purpose here in this summit and in my business is to empower women who come through domestic violence to heal their emotional wounds so they can live their best lives physically, emotionally, and financially well without being held back by their past. My journey and my education is that of domestic violence and narcissistic abuse. That emotional abuse was critical in my journey to finding my purpose. I took responsibility and I dove into self-care and a few of the strategies that we're going to talk about today in this session. It is true, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience violence in an intimate partner relationship. In these conversations, in this experience, it creates fear, it creates shame, and it creates guilt, right? But where I want to go today in this session and where I have wanted to create in my life, in my business, and for my kids is to break those chains of those negative cycles. I want to create peace. I want to create joy. I want to create freedom. And I want to let go of the feeling of I am not worthy. Do you resonate? Anybody in the audience, right, ladies? It comes up. So I'm going to talk about 3 key strategies that have gotten me from where I was to where I am today and where I hope to continue to evolve. Is 3 key strategies to create peace and freedom. The first one that I love dearly, and it is in everything that I do and talk about, is changes the words you say every single day. It seems really simple, doesn't it? Just change the verbiage, change the words, and you can change your world. Okay, Shannon, but you literally can. Everything that you say out loud, you are so powerful, you can create. I just spoke out loud. I meditated 3 days ago, and I meditated and I was like, let all of the women that need the programs, let all of the women that need the support come into my fruition so that I can support them, so that we can share and heal and give hope and strategy for these women. And I got a massive phone call from an old friend that I haven't talked to in a long time, and she needed my support and my help, right? The words we say out loud make all the difference in your world. So think about it. What are the words you say to yourself every single day? Do you get out of the shower and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, sister, okay, 45 is not looking that good on you, right? Or are you going out of the shower or going to bed at night being like, dang girl, you did a great job today. Oh my gosh, you look amazing. Oh my goodness, this dress is freaking on fire, right? How are you talking to yourself? Is it like your best friend? Are you talking to yourself like you would your daughter, right? Are you high-fiving her in the mirror like your bestie? This is the first strategy that I do every single day. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Perfection is an illusion. We are never going to get it right all the time. 3 different times today, I was like, oh, Shannon Morrison. And then I shook it off. I shook my head, literally shook my head and was like, it's okay. Give myself compassion for the day that I have, what I'm creating, what is going on around me, and we get to the next thing, right? It's called the reframe. You are never going to get it perfect, right? Life is a dance. We're gonna fail, which just means we are learning something new, okay? The next thing is empowerment. It's really about self-care. It's about self-development. It's like diving into learning. All of the books and all of the courses and all of the things that I've absorbed the last 12 years have made all the difference in my heart, in my soul, in my spirituality, and in my programs and my coaching business, right? But the biggest effect that it's had is reading and understanding that I am not alone, right? 1 in 4 women have been through what I've been through. And when I was going through it, I spoke 0 words about it. No one around me knew anything. So if you resonate with this, you understand, right? You will not heal and you will not be able to start changing your world or helping your kids with their health and their healing until you say something. No matter what it is, maybe it's a work environment. It doesn't have to be domestic violence, right? That's not necessarily even the core of this conversation. It's going to come up, but it's really strategies to create peace and freedom from a place of shame, guilt, and overwhelm, right? That anxiety of I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Okay. So empowerment, we get to dive into self-love. This is what it's all about, is loving yourself first, looking yourself in the mirror and looking at the person that you see and loving the person in the reflection, like really, really loving her. That makes a huge difference in how you show up for your kids, how you show up for your family, how you show up for your siblings, how you show up at work. How you are at home in front of the mirror is how you are everywhere. So if you do not like the person that you see in the mirror, you get to fix her or him. You get to love on her or him. You get to give her compassion and grace and love, adoration, whatever is missing from that visual, whatever is missing from that reflection, you get to change that. And the time is now. If it is something like writing your most amazing affirmation words on your mirror, I am beautiful, I am loving, I am loved, I am worthy, I am a great mom, I am compassionate, I am a good friend. Whatever you need to hear, whatever you haven't heard yet, or whatever you are missing 10 years ago, 45 years ago, 70 years ago, say it to yourself now, every single day. All right? Compassion and learning that you're not alone was a huge step in my growth, in my emotional wellness. Okay. You guys, I have been on anti-anxiety medicine. I have been on antidepressant medicine. I love a holistic approach right now, right? I love doTERRA essential oils. Every single time I need a reframe or a reset, instead of having to pick up a bottle, I have a bottle from the pharmacy or an over-the-counter medication. I have access to these beautiful, amazing gifts of the earth that have their own vibrancy, that have their own positive energy, that have their own emotions that are connected to the essential oil to raise or balance where I am in real time. I use these all the time, every single day, as often as I need to, and I start out with the morning and I end with oils, right? So that is a practice. That is a self-care practice that I use every single day. The next thing is I speak gratitude. What are you grateful for every single day? Are you grateful that the sun came out? Are you grateful that it rained today, even though my clothes were on the line when it started raining? Am I grateful that I'm alive? Am I grateful that I have food in my fridge for my kids to eat? Like, it doesn't matter. I have said the most minimal things, like the sun came out, or I'm able to pay my mortgage on time. I have said that. I've been a single mom, right? I know what it's like to not know exactly where that next house payment is going to come from. Or I've been at that point where I've had 3 jobs instead of just one business, right? So that worry gets to be shifted into, I am grateful for this opportunity to go to work every day so that I pay my bills, right? Instead of saying or feeling, oh my God, I have to go to work today, right? It feels different. Okay, The next one is so important. This is all in empowerment, you guys, okay? I'm speaking empowerment like it's your job almost. It is not overwhelming, I promise. The second thing is, the next thing is social connection. We get to be with people. We get to be in community. We get to get a hug. We get to get support, right? Support is love. I have always been a people pleaser. I have always been the one that figures out what other people need. I have always been the one up until now that lone wolf's life. But you cannot do it all without support. And support is love. And you will get there a lot faster with support. Okay. The next thing is validation. Again, ask for support, but hire a coach. See a therapist. See somebody who knows where you are right now and can get you to where you want to go. This is where I was like, oh my gosh, I am not crazy. Like, I feel like I am like on a verge of doing something different. I feel like there's more to my life than this. I feel like I am made for more. That's why you're here in this summit, right? You feel like you were made for more. You feel like there's something missing from your life, your relationship with your children, your relationship with your significant other, whatever that is, you know that you can enhance it. You know it can grow. And that's why you're here. Hire a coach, get into VIP, learn these strategies, right? I'm so glad you're in this summit. Join summits like this and get in community with other people just like you, because feeling connected and knowing you're not alone is a huge, huge win for your heart. Okay? Oh my gosh. So your words create your world, right? We're going to go from victim to victorious, and we're taking responsibility for that, right? All of my life, I felt like I was a victim. All of my life up until several years ago, probably about 5 years ago, when I decided to take responsibility for my healing, when I decided to take responsibility for all of my life's journey up until then. Right? I am responsible for creating what I want to create. I am responsible for creating the connection with my kids that I want to create. When was the first time we should have done it? 20 years ago, probably, because I have a 21-year-old. The next time, probably 10 years ago. The next best time, right now, today. Every single day that we are gifted with another day here, we have an opportunity to show up different. We have an opportunity to show ourselves love, to give compassion, to give grace, and to do the same for our children and anybody else around us. All right. So self-love and development, self-love is really creating a new vision for your life. To create a new vision, you get to put something in front of you. You get to change the words and you get to create pictures in front of it. So creating a vision board. All right. I have mine right here. Yes, it's right here. All right. So you put pictures to these words, things that you want to have happen. You are absolutely magnetic, right? You are a massive magnet for anything that you want to create. And if you do not have right now what you want to create, if you do not have the relationship, the connection, the emotional stability, the health, the vitality, the bandwidth, you get to put it in pictures and you get to say it out loud every single day, because in a couple different sessions, we learned that our brain doesn't know the difference. And if you put it in front of you repetitively, your RAS is going to listen. It's going to listen and it's going to create it. That is the laws of attraction, my friends. And it is beautiful and it is absolutely powerful. I truly believe that our emotion code is even more powerful than our physical, like our physical health chart and when you go to the doctor, right? So my ability to have diabetes or cancer or thyroid issues in my family is important to know, absolutely, right, for longevity, but I absolutely know wholeheartedly that your emotional chart, your emotional DNA is so powerful as well, maybe even more powerful. And to break free from these chains that we're holding on to break free from these self-sabotaging thoughts, these victim mentality, or the I am not worthy belief, I feel like we have to let go of the bags that we're carrying, right? The bags that are of our life, the surgeries, the bad relationships, maybe the failure in the choices that we feel like we did, maybe the job that we lost, or the opportunity that we skipped, or something happened, we felt like we didn't parent well in that moment. All of these negative things. All of these negative things also happened to the people above us, or other things happened like wars and the depression and other relationship issues happened for our parents and our grandparents and their parents, right? So things happen generationally. And my goal and my mission is to break these generational chains so that my kids do not have to live in the same journey as I did, right? I want to break the generational cycles of domestic violence, of emotional trauma for my family, for my kids, and for everybody in the world. And to do that, we get to release these negative emotions from our DNA. This is called GEM. And the GEM is the gem of my programs, right? I love GEM, generational emotional mapping. This is a unique therapy that uses kinesiology, doTERRA essential oils, your chakras, and it creates a roadmap into the root emotion holding you back, the root thing that's creating the pain, the discomfort, the emotional upheaval, the stuckness, right? The suckness that we're feeling in life. And I have helped so many clients, including myself. It's part of my self-care every single week that I do. I get rid of the interference, and my body and my mind can just do life way better in the present, consciously. And the really awesome thing that GEM does is every single time that you come and you do GEM on yourself, you're not only helping yourself in this situation, you're helping all of the people above you and your kids at the same time. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So what I talk about is this is really building a different foundation. This is breaking us free. It's breaking the chains, creating a new possibility, creating freedom and peace of mind, because you're letting the stuff that doesn't serve you go in real time. So I have a story for you. There's a story of a tree, because I feel like we're all in upheaval and we've had different things happen for us in our life, right? Life is a journey, life is a dance, and things will always come and hit us in the face, and you're just like, huh, right? It's really about how you react to this storm, and that makes all the difference, right? Is it going to make you stuck? Is it going to make you stall? Is it going to make you run away? Or is it going to make you resilient and persevere? So the story is a tree, and it was an experiment, and I'm probably not going to say it word for word, but it's absolutely okay. There was a story of these trees, and these scientists planted trees, and it was in a huge dome, and these trees got all the nutrients they needed. They were fed all the amazing nutrients and the feed that they needed to grow. They got enough sunlight, right? They got all the sunlight every single day. They were watered every single day. They were not starving for anything. They were completely taken care of, right? Completely taken care of and protected. And we kind of do this as parents, right? So I hear something underneath this story that I have just kind of come to me right now intuitively. So if you get that underlining thing, DM me, because we'll have a conversation about it. Anyway, so in this dome, these trees were absolutely protected, and they grew really tall, they grew really spindly, and then they tipped over. Why did they tip over? Because they grew really tall and they had no root system. Well, you're like, wait a second, Shannon, you said they got fed, they got water, they got sunlight, but they didn't have to work hard at it, friends. They didn't have to grow a good root system. They didn't have to bend and sway in the world's wind, and they didn't have to get rained on. They didn't have to go through tornadoes or hail or thunderstorms. So their root system was just right on top of the ground, right? They had really short branches because the branches didn't have to bow and sway with the wind, which gets them stronger and stronger and stronger. The bark of the tree was really, really thin, and it was really, really close to the tree. It wasn't rigid and ruffled and thick and amazing that you see in the wild. Why? Because it didn't get hit with the hail or the wind or the storms as well. Every single one of us, we're human. We have human experiences and we have human emotions, and life happens. The storms come. But every single time there's a storm in our life and a journey to learn from and a failure that we just get to get up and learn from, is getting our roots deeper and deeper and our legs stronger and stronger. And it creates resilience and confidence and courageousness every single time you get hit by a storm. Just like our trees that we see in the wild, just like the amazing, beautiful, ginormous trees you see when you travel. We cannot be protected from everything. We cannot just feed and get the sun and the nutrients and be protected by a dome, because that's not what life is. And what you're learning here, and you're learning from Jem, and you're learning from changing the words, changing the vision, changing the visual that you see every day, is that no matter what happens, you are going to be resilient. No matter what has happened in your journey of life, you can overcome it because you have weathered that storm. I used to think that I was a victim, and I thought I was broken, and I said all these negative words. But if you've been through domestic violence, if you've been through trauma, which I know you all have, if you've been through shitty things, you should look at yourself in the mirror and be like, holy cow, I am the strongest human alive because I have resilience, and I am alive today to talk about it. I'm alive today even though I experienced that. I have children that I love harder than I was loved before. I have a passionate, loving, amazing human to my partner, even though I was not taught this, maybe. Does that make sense? Is this landing? Because what we're trying to do here, what I'm trying to share with you, is you create your peace. You create your freedom. No one is coming to give you these things. No one also can take it away. You get to choose. You get to break the chains, and you get to live well. Oh my gosh. You guys are amazing, absolutely amazing. And if you want more of this, absolutely get into VIP, get the freebies from me. I have an emotional wellness toolbox that is in a workbook form. It is amazing. I'm giving away a 30-minute coaching session. So if you want a little more about how to dance in the rain of the storms that come in your life, I'll see you on the inside. We'll talk to you soon.